Well, we are officially ready for Tiger Football 2019. Game 1 of the season is this Friday night versus Valencia, and Alamogordo Tigers head football coach AJ Cisco joins us. Coach, how are you?
I'm good, Charles. It's football season, like you said. It's finally here. 2019 is ready to go, and we're excited for Friday night.
Yep, happy to finally be back ready to football season. It's the first chance we've had a chance to chat with you. I've chatted with you a little bit off the air, but obviously you've had 2 full weeks of practice plus a little bit more. You've had a scrimmage. What's your, just general feeling heading into this season with this group? You actually have a big group of seniors for the first time.
We do.
Here, so.
We've got close to 25, 30 seniors on our roster right now, compared to 8 and 11. So it's a big jump for us, and our kids have done a great job all summer of showing up in the morning and coming and getting our workout in. And the last 2 weeks have been a grind, and we got our scrimmage in last week against Gadsden, and we get Valencia on Friday. But we've grown up. We move our practices to the mornings where it's a little cooler. And we think as a staff, we find it's been a little bit more productive and getting more out of our kids and making sure we're fine-tuning what's going on. So we're excited. Our kids are chomping at the bit to get at it right now.
Yeah. Offensively, you seeing some of the things that you want to from this group? Like you feel like they really grasp what you want them to be doing out there?
Yeah, we took it over. I'm coaching the offensive line this year, and that was our big change. Is we got to change our mentality up front and get tougher. And be more physical. And the kids that we got up there doing it right now have done a great job in stepping into that role. We've got 5 seniors that are offensive line, and we've got 3 or 4 juniors that could play. And that's kind of the luxury we got. So our JVs are going to have a pretty good offensive line this year. And growing up, and skill-wise, we got some good skill kids back, and we've got some of those kids that were skill kids as sophomores that are now juniors that are going to get a chance to play.
Who are you expecting to start up on the offensive line this year?
Shane Sargent will start at left tackle. Connor Brown will be a left guard. Isaac Duarte will be center. Right guard will be Nicholas Cahin, and right tackle will be Jackson Couch.
All right, and is a couple other guys you expect to maybe float in there at times, or
we'll have some younger kids go in there, some juniors go in there, and they get reps all spring. The last 2 weeks they've gotten reps. We roll them all in there, and we've kind of said this is our mentality is we're going to be physical up front and get after people, and those kids have done a great job stepping into the roles, and all our kids have, especially defensively with the whole new system we brought in of adapting to what we're doing.
Yeah. Quarterback was kind of a moving target for you guys last year. Do you feel more stable with that?
Yeah, we got a kid named Ryan Viescas who's a junior. He's going to be the guy, and we're going to do some things with some other skill kids and find ways to be creative, get some of our athletes touches on the ball. And so you're going to see a couple of different things. But Ryan Viescas has done a good job grasping the offense, understand what we're doing, and putting us in a good situation.
I know the guy that you probably want the ball in the hands most of is Julio Mendoza.
He's one of them. He's a skilled kid, and we've got some wrinkles here and there to get him some touches every night. But we got a good group of running backs coming back. We got a plethora of receivers now. I mean, we got some juniors that are going to get to play this year. And like I said, defensively, we got a whole bunch of kids that have jumped in and bought into the whole new system.
Mentioned running back. I mean, who else will we see back there?
You'll see Sean Hayes.
Okay.
We got a transfer in named Michael Audette that'll get some carries, and then we have Dakota LaSalle. We'll play some tailback as well, and he played a lot in the scrimmage because we were a little banged up, and he did a phenomenal job. So we got 3 guys that will get the carries, and we got a new kid out named Trevor Yelton. That's going to play some fullback for us. We got a bunch of receivers. We got Brandon Beggood, who's a returning starter. You already mentioned Julio. We got some young kids named Emilio Minus, Brandon Luck, Aaron Cisco. Those are all young kids that'll step in and do a good job of balancing us out and giving us rotation and depth at that receiver core.
All right. And defensively, I mean, are you guys still to the point where, a lot of guys are going both ways, or do you got a little more of a mix?
We got it. We've done a good job of trying to getting some depth set up for our kids, and we'll only have a handful of kids, if that'll actually go both ways. And then even then, we'll rest those kids like Shane. We'll rest on defense at times. But he's still going to go both ways. If you're good enough, you need to be on the field, and that's our mentality. We want our best kids on the field. And we had a bunch of – and I'm really impressed with this junior class of stepping up and fitting into roles to kind of grow, especially defensively, to create us to have a much more senior-loaded offensive group.
So Shane on the defensive line as well, Max on the defensive line as well?
Max will be an inside linebacker, and Max will play tight end for us. Yeah. He'll play an inside linebacker, and all those offensive linemen will play defensive line.
Okay. And just a mix of those and maybe some other guys in there as
well.
Yeah,
we'll roll all those guys through. I mean, we've got a bunch of upperclassmen linemen that'll all play defense.
Okay. And linebacker joining Max in that group. Who else are you expecting in there?
Inside is going to be Dakota LaSalle.
Okay.
Kid that's played for 2 years as a starter as well. Mark Prather will be an outside linebacker. Another kid started for 2 years.
And Mark's a great story. He was, he got hurt
He's a phenomenal
year.
story. He broke his neck against Artesia, was airlifted out, and was kind of a pain in my butt all spring because he wanted to do stuff. But we've had a long conversation with him and his family and getting him squared away, and he's a huge leader for us, and he's kind of the guy on defense that runs that whole crew.
Yeah, at least during I think during the black and gold scrimmage and during practice, that his voice was one of the loudest out there.
Yeah, you can hear it, and those kids listen to him. He does a good job. He commands that defense and makes sure we're in situations and in spots and puts the guys where they need to be if they don't understand.
How about on the corners and
we got some new kids out there. We got Adrian Herrera, who's a basketball player, decided to come out. He'll get some reps, and then our receivers will also go and play some corner. We got a kid named Nate Lujan. Michael Audette will be a corner as well. So, and we've got a bunch of kids that'll get reps over there. Safety wise, Tyler Elswick's going to be a safety. Reese Cady's another 2-year starter. Yeah. That's going to be at safety. And so we're excited, and we've thrown a lot at them in the summer of trying to learn a whole new defense with our new defense coordinator coming in, and it's a lot. And they've done a great job of grasping it. And basically, we're almost going to have the whole install done by Friday.
Yeah, and I know you're excited about the way the offense is playing. Going to give you more opportunities to use one of your best weapons, which is your kicker, and Brett Money. He's hopefully you're using more as a kicker than a punter this year.
Yeah, I hope so. And he's healthy, and he's done a good job getting healthy again and being out there. And we're excited. He changes the game for us when you have a kicker, and that's a luxury that most high schools don't have, is to have a high school kicker of that caliber. Where you don't have to stress so much in certain situations because you know you got a guy that'll help you out in field position.
I was Julio in the return game going to be big for you guys, or are you guys going to use some other players?
Yeah, well, he'll be back there, but we've also got some other kids that we'll put back there, especially if Julio needs a rest or anything. We've got kids that our skill class, especially in the junior class, is pretty good.
Okay. Look, very interesting to see what that'll look like once we see it out in the field. I know, again, this year, you guys are obviously wanting to get the fan support out there, and I know y'all have been busy with things like selling value cards and all that kind of stuff, but the kids have been very active in the community over the last few months for sure.
Yeah, they have. We did our big fundraiser in June. Our Night of Champions was a huge deal, and we had more people this year than we did last year. We hope to continue to grow it. We had our Meet the Tigers last night, last Friday, and that was huge. That was a bigger crowd. And we want to continue to expand on those things. We went and did Thrive at Walmart with our kids, had them out there doing the Stuff the Bus deal. We go to the elementary school starting on Friday. We're going to go hit up Oregon and Buena Vista and go eat breakfast and go into the classrooms and talk to those kids. So our kids have done a good job of coming to football, working their jobs, and still being able to get out in the community.
And, of course, being busy in the classroom as well. That's just starting for them, but I know that's a huge emphasis for you guys to make sure that they're being successful there.
It is, and we're on top of their grades all the time. They've got grade checks every week and bus drills every week. So they understand. Our older kids have done a very good job of buying into that and knowing the importance of it. The younger kids that are going to be sophomores, they're still kind of learning. There's a curve there, but they've done a good job of understanding that we're going to get in the classroom, we're going to sit in the front of the class, we're going to be respectful, we're going to lead that class just as if they were a football team.
Let's start off with the schedule. Just mentioning this week, obviously, you get Valencia. They had a nice bounce-back season last year, but a lot of their skill guys were seniors last year, so Coach Shank obviously did a great job up there, but maybe a little bit different look for Valencia.
It is. They graduated a ton of kids last year, and he did a phenomenal job going in there and turning that place around and getting kids that weren't playing football to come back out. And they were a pretty good football team last year and made the playoffs. And I mean, the turnaround was impressive, and he did a phenomenal job in his staff and those kids, and they graduated 20-some kids last year, so it was a huge drop-off for them, but he's a phenomenal coach, and he's going to get his kids ready to go for Friday night, and they're going to be well-coached, as they always are with him, and they're still going to do the same thing, and they're going to be in the spread, and they're going to run a bunch of fly sweep, and they're going to throw the football, and so we just got to be ready defensively.
And I know that's a big thing for you guys. And do you feel like overall, when we talk about how the offense seems like it's getting there, do you feel this defense is more stable and you guys be able to shut down some of those spread teams?
Oh, absolutely. We were lucky enough to be able to get Mike Felsetti in to be our defense coordinator this year, a former Tiger, get him back home, and we kind of turned it all over to him and said, this is your baby, you run it, you make it go. And he's done a great job, and those kids play with a chip on their shoulder, and they get after it. And it's fun to watch practice, to watch our defense guys get after it every rep. So we're excited for that. We think he's done a good job putting us in situations, and we think we got a good game plan for Friday night.
All right. As for the schedule, you guys play this week. You get a week off heading into Labor Day, and then it's 9 straight games to finish off the season. But it's going to be real important for you guys to get off to a good start this year and win some of those early games.
Yeah, and that's what we've talked to our kids about all spring. We want to make sure we take care of business on Friday and get going in our non-district schedule, because the back end of our schedule, the last 4 games will be the top 4 teams in the state.
Yeah. Los Lunas, Sartesia, Goddard, Roswell.
Yep, and top 4 in state will be our last 4 games of the year, which is, and we won't back down from the challenge. We want to make sure we do what we need to do in non-district to get ourselves prepared to play come October and November.
So Valencia first. We've got Ruidoso for homecoming here in a couple weeks. That's kind of an early homecoming, but hopefully be a lot of fun with that. Well, we're looking forward to a great season, and certainly I know you're looking for some improvement overall in the wins and losses, and hopefully we'll see that happen this year.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Charles, and go Tigers, and we want everybody to come out here Friday night and come support our kids and see the progress we've made as a program.